Hey guys, it's Sarah, and I just did a quick little road trip in a car with no AC to the middle of the state to go antiquing with my mom and sister this weekend, so here's a little thrift trip.
I bet they do feel like if it wasn't, oh. If it wasn't. That's cute. I like it.
One thing I'm always trying to do is learn more about vintage items every time I go out, and on this trip I wanted to see if I could spot some new things. I started watching some new thrift content from a YouTuber named Rajiv Surendra, and one of his specialties is yellowware bowls and pottery. And on this trip I saw them everywhere. For example, I learned that mixing bowls like this are designed not to be glazed on the top and bottom of this lip so that they don't stick together in the kiln. The older ones can have lead in the glaze, so that's important to keep in mind. The name yellowware itself comes from the clay being yellow and then glazed clear to keep that shade. Here's some blue flow china. And I swear I'm seeing salt and pepper shakers everywhere. One thing I'm on the hunt for is some refrigerator dishes to replace all of my plastic and Tupperware. I was keeping my eye out today. I want something with a lid and I don't want any chips. While I spotted quite a few options, most of the Pyrex was marked higher because of its collectible value, and some of these just seem to be really small. Here's some Corningware, which I don't mind either. Here's some little ink bottles I found, which I thought were kind of interesting. And I'm always hunting for records for people in my life. And this is an Edison roller, which allows you to cut and record into wax cylinders and then play it back. Here are a few ribbon tins. And this looks like a mail carrier box of some kind. And of course, I had to investigate the typewriters. Here's a classic 12. And I spotted this one as well, an Electra 120. And this little cute toy typewriter.
I'll just remember it's here.
And of course, the classic vintage store Tom Thumb typewriter.
Oh my God.
And my mom found some Cubist tumblers, which we've been hunting for forever.
How much is that? Thank you, Sarah. 36 for 8. What does that work out to be?
Here's an adorable 50s coaster set. I love the look of these, and I have one at home that is a music box. And I found this wool blanket for $12. Here's a new spot for me, the antique marketplace of Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. Another toy typewriter spotting. And here's a really nice Underwood Standard, which is one of the best-selling typewriter models. Here's a Royal FP. I love the look of these guys. And an HH, which I already own. I always have to fix every typewriter I spot. And I didn't even bother opening up the case on this one once I saw the price. Another classic 12. I do love these models as well. And here's an Underwood Ace, which looks a lot like that Golden Touch style. Here's another one of those mixing bowls. And an identical bowl to the set that we saw before. See, they're everywhere. This is a pipette shaker, which I thought was fascinating. And this reminded me of my Type-a-tune. Then I got distracted by Blues Brothers merch. I can't get enough of strange taxidermy. I always find it so fascinating. Like, look at this guy. And this one. Not the dinosaur lamp I'm looking for. One thing that I've seen become really popular over the last few years are vintage pieces featuring mushroom imagery. They're cute and whimsy. And again, a rack full of Pyrex, which came at a variety of colors and patterns. More mushrooms. This is a Fire King bowl. I learned recently about this brand and pattern on a Netflix show called Swap Shop. Pretty good brand as far as vintage goes. Now these are Dorothy Thorpe glasses, a staple of mid-century modern decor. It's a pretty cool pattern, and I found another set with a carrier. and another wool blanket. I think the one that I just bought is in better shape. A toaster. And a penguin ice bucket. This place did have a downstairs as well, which makes it very easy to get antiqued out. That's like that, what is that sketch thing where you draw the beard on the guy?
Yeah, the Etch-a-Sketch. That's so cool.
Interesting. Okay, future Sarah here in the outro. I'm filming for another video, but I really like going out to antique stores, thrift stores, new places, and learning all kinds of new things. I think it's really important to apply your knowledge and to always keep learning, especially about antiques and historical things. I only bought one thing on this trip, and it was this beautiful wool blanket. It washed up really nice. I love the colors in it. It's brown, pink, and blue, and there's like a little bit of sparkle in there. It's never a bad idea to have an extra blanket, and this one is amazing, and I've definitely fallen asleep under it a couple times already. If you're interested in more typewriter content, I do some other videos on this YouTube channel, as well as on Instagram at just.my.typewriter. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and remind you, you're just my typewriter.